Top Senate Republican Mitch McConnell denounced the unfair House impeachment of President Donald Trump and reassured Trump and his supporters that a fair trial would be conducted in the United States Senate. McConnell accused the Democratic-controlled House of letting its partisan rage at Trump create a toxic new precedent that will echo well into the future.
Last night, House Democrats finally did what they had decided to do a long time ago. They voted to impeach President Trump. Over the last 12 weeks, House Democrats have conducted the most rushed, least thorough, and most unfair impeachment inquiry in modern history. Now, their slapdash process has concluded in the first purely partisan presidential impeachment since the wake of the Civil War.
Just minutes after U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi threw uncertainty into the impeachment process in the Senate, the Kentucky Republican accused her of being afraid of sending shoddy work product into the Senate to begin trial.
House Democrats embarked on the most rushed, least thorough, and most unfair impeachment inquiry in modern history. Chairman Schiff's inquiry was poisoned by partisanship from the outset. Its procedures and parameters were unfair in unprecedented ways. Democrats tried to make Chairman Schiff into a de facto special prosecutor, notwithstanding the fact that he is a partisan member of Congress who'd already engaged in strange and biased behavior.
The House impeached Trump on 2 charges: abusing his power and obstructing Congress, stemming from his pressure on Ukraine to announce investigations of his political rival as he withheld U.S. aid. McConnell said the 2 articles failed to meet the constitutional standard of high crimes and misdemeanors and that the House simply impeached a political foe for an abuse of power offense that isn't considered a crime. McConnell described Trump's impeachment as the most rushed, least thorough, and most unfair impeachment inquiry in modern history. McConnell later met with Democratic leader Chuck Schumer to begin negotiations on how to conduct next year's Senate trial. McConnell will hold a tactical edge if he can keep his 53-member Senate majority united. Bureau Report, Republic TV. Russian President Vladimir Putin labeled U.S. President Donald Trump's impeachment as far-fetched. Putin believes that the move by the Democrats is a continuation of their fight against the Republican leader.
Я в этом как раз не уверен. Еще нужно пройти Сенат, где у республиканцев, насколько мне известно, большинство, и вряд ли они захотят представителей своей партии отстранить от власти по каким-то, на мой взгляд, абсолютно надуманным причинам. Это просто продолжение внутриполитической борьбы, и одна партия, которая проиграла выборы, демократическая партия, она добивается результатов уже другими способами, другими средствами.
Hitting out at the Democrats, Putin further accused them of using an alternate method to impeach Trump when they couldn't establish accusations against him of colliding with Russia. Noting the Republicans having a majority in the Senate, Putin said that they will be unlikely to remove a representative of their own party from office. Bureau Report, Republic TV. Speaker of the U.S. House, Nancy Pelosi, is waiting for the Senate to indicate how it will handle the 2 articles of impeachment passed by the House before she transmits them.
The next thing for us will be when we see the process that is set forth in the Senate, then we'll know the number of managers that we may have to go forward and who we would choose. That's what I said last night. That's what I'm saying now. The precedent for this, and I met with my 6 chairs after some of us were together for a press conference after the votes last night, and we discussed the precedent of it all, and that is in the most recent case taking up an impeachment, there was a proposal on the floor put together in a bipartisan way. 100 senators voted for the process on how they would go forward on the case of President Clinton. We would hope that they could come to some conclusion like that. But in any event, we're ready. When we see what they have, we'll know who and how many we will send over. That's all I'm going to say about that now.
Pelosi threw uncertainty into the impeachment process by refusing to say when she would send the 2 articles to the Senate for a trial. The speaker said she had been hearing from people all over the country with a spring in their steps because the president was held accountable for his reckless behavior.
We would hope there would be a fair process, just as we hope that they would honor the Constitution. By the way, I saw some, I didn't see it, but I heard some of what Mitch McConnell said today, and it reminded me that our founders, when they wrote the Constitution, they suspected that there could be a rogue president. I don't think they suspected that we could have a rogue president and a rogue leader in the Senate at the same time.
The House charged Trump with abusing his power and obstructing Congress, accusations stemming from his pressure on Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden, his political rival for the 2020 general elections. The House voted to impeach Trump after 8 hours of debate. The votes passed 197 by the Republicans, 229 by Democrats and Independents, respectively. Bureau Report, Republic TV.